Okay, so what we're doing is looking at how to do to-do lists. Now, a good to-do list sorts what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. The basic idea is an unorganized to-do list is really hard to do because you really need to organize things and prioritize, okay, what needs to be done now, what needs to be done later, and what needs to be done if I get the first chance to work on it. Oh, sorry, I sometimes write in cursive a lot. I actually have separate tutorials for that activity. If you ever want to learn how to read cursive, I have a tutorial on that. Or it's coming out soon, I don't recall. Anyways, so that's the idea behind to-do lists, is you're sorting what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. Those are the two main goals. Your to-do list should be simple, ideally portable as well. And to categorize things, this is kind of what I recommend personally. Um, is there kind of, I get the idea kind of from bullet lists. Actually, if you want a better tutorial on how to organize your life, I'd look into bullet journaling. That's a fairly effective way. This way is much simpler, very scaled down. But, so what we do with our to-do list is maybe on a notepad of some sorts. We sort things into, I recommend no more than 3 or 4 categories. So like the first category is what needs to be done today. And you list the item, and then I recommend in parentheses or next to the item that you're listing when that thing needs to be done. So here's an example. Um, let's go with a worksheet for social studies. And that, let's imagine that's due at like 4 p.m. today or something. Okay. And then maybe we'll put down another item, for example, like science lab book is due, or we're going to work on the science lab book today. And let's imagine that's due, oh, let's imagine that's due tomorrow. Um, The reason why you might want to put the days of the week in there in addition to the date is some people don't, sometimes those number dates things don't sit well in people's memories, and you just need the physical days listed. That helps a lot of people. I know that helps me with my plans, is if I know which day of the week it needs to be done, because I don't always remember what date it is. The next category that you might have is things to do that in this week. So it's things like if you get your to-do list done for today, you might move on and do stuff in the week category. And then as you're making more lists, so like many people might make a to-do list for every day or a lot of days. And so your week in the next category we'll talk about next, you might make that list once and then have multiple today categories. Some people might do it that way. Really, the trick to to-do lists is you need to fiddle with them a bit, figure out what works for you, and then do that. Sometimes with week objectives, you don't actually have any particular date that needs to be done, other than just get it done this week. The last category that I have in my to-do list usually is either things to get done this month or things to get done eventually. It depends on how organized I am. During the school year, it's probably a month by month basis. But let's think of an examples. Well, you can think of examples. Um, but one of the things that helps a lot of people is like today. If you don't remember what today is, you might want to write down what day it is. So like this fictional list here is started on a Monday, and so I'll put that up there in a second. Um, and then the week, it might be important to know what dates we're talking about, and of course labeling the month, like what is this month on the to-do list. Ideally, the more you don't want to, you want to make your to-do list easy to update, but you also want to have enough information on there that you aren't spending all your time figuring out, okay, what on earth am I doing here? You want to spend, so you want to put down enough information that it reminds you what needs to get done, but not so much that you're spending all of your time making the to-do list. Because ultimately, what actually matters is getting the stuff done on the list, not the list itself. Um, in any case, I do hope this little to-do list tutorial helps, and until later.